If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, I know. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the moves, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they come for you. The river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday podcast. I'm so happy to be back. I took a couple of days off just to recuperate, relax. And I needed it. So thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you all for checking up with me. A lot of you who follow me on my my more personal page and the Nomad over at Instagram. If you want to follow me on my personal page, thank you for messaging me, checking on me. I'm absolutely fine. I just needed a break. This royal beat is a daily grind, and even when I'm not doing podcasts, I'm still updating Twitter and Instagram. So I've still been doing that. And actually, if you want instant news, probably the Instagram is the best place to go. And I did get my Instagram back, by the way. So thank you so much for waiting for me. And yeah, let's get to it, because there's a lot of news, a lot of good news. Actually, I actually have so much good news to start with before we get into the BS. Thank you, Judge Nelly, as always, for posting the links. And yes, thank you, everyone who continues to support via your donations while I wait for the opportunity to try and get my channel remonetized again. We're still waiting April 19th, but we're doing okay so far, and I'm so grateful for all of you and your generosity. Right, let's get into today. So let's get to it. Positive news. Okay, Super Bowl. Let's cover that quickly. Who watched Super Bowl? Or are we calling it the Taylor Bowl now? I actually don't have very strong feelings about Taylor Swift. I think that she has some nice pop songs here and there. I'm not a huge Swiftie. I'm not crazy about her. I don't dislike her either. But apparently a lot of people have very strong feelings about Taylor Swift. I found this out over the Super Bowl weekend. Taylor Swift and that man that she's dating, whose name I don't know, Travis Kuku, something, I don't know. That man that they're dating. So her boyfriend won the game. And so now all of the internet misogynists can't say that she's a bad luck, because that's what they always do, right? It's always a woman's fault somehow. So that happened. Beyonce unveiled her new music project. And if you are in the US and you like country and you like Beyonce songs, please do ring in to the country stations and request her song. There are actually country stations that are saying, we're not going to play the Beyonce songs because Beyonce ain't country. Beyonce, who from Texas, ain't country. There's actually a whole history, and the reason that I wanted to bring this up, I'm going to segue into something else. There's actually a whole history of country music and the way that country music has actually been whitewashed. And I wanted to, I don't know the author of this book, by the way, but I found it and I found it quite interesting, and I'm gonna buy it. It's called Black Country Music: Listening for Revolutions, and it's about the some of the early origins of country music and where the early melodies of early country hits. A lot of them were lifted from hymns performed by Black ministers in the South, and I found this really, really interesting, and I really want to do more research into this. And I think it's amazing that Beyonce is segueing into country and trying a different genre. She went into house with the first Renaissance album. This is going to be country, and if I'm guessing, Act 3 of her new music renaissance will probably maybe be rock and roll, and reclaiming a lot of these genres where Black and brown folk have basically been pushed out or don't get enough space or room. And back when she performed at the Country Music Awards with, I forget their name. Was it the Dixie Chicks? Please, someone help me out. The Country Music Awards actually removed that performance from their website. There was a whole thing. It's like she angered the whole country scene or something. So yeah, I find that whole part of American music and country to be very interesting, especially as a Brit. But yeah, Beyonce and released her new country songs. So go give that some love if you like Beyonce and country. And also Usher performed. What did y'all think of Usher's performance? I felt like my whole childhood flashed before my eyes. Still as amazing now as he was back then. So yeah, that was Super Bowl weekend. I find even as a Brit, I find the whole thing to be very interesting. I mean, it's like one big advertisement, right? Let's see what y'all are saying. Oh yeah, it was the chicks. They got a lot of hate for opposing the Iraq War. Yes, that makes sense. I remember this now. Yes. Yeah, that was Super Bowl weekend. Harry and Meghan were not there. The British tabloid press, well, obviously Harry gave out an award, but the British tabloid press, they jumped the gun and were writing articles about Harry and Meghan being expected to be there. I probably think that they were already on their way to Canada at that point. We are expected to see them today, I think, either today or tomorrow. And happy Valentine's, by the way, everyone. Much love to you all. So hopefully we'll see them very soon. YM Jordy said Usher was amazing and Jermaine Dupri's pilgrim outfit looked like a church boy. Was entertaining for different reasons. What does that even mean? But yeah, it was nice to see Usher, Jermaine Dupri, and Ludacris. Like, for me as a young Black Brit, growing up in the UK, like Usher and Jermaine and that whole crew, it was like an introduction to, Atlanta and that part of Black American culture. So I really appreciate, having that and having that music and having those personalities and learning about that at a very young age. Learning about that part of like Black American culture and that part of America. So yeah, it definitely brought up like a lot of nostalgia from my younger years. It was really uh, great to watch and actually to see that Usher really has an amazing catalog of songs. Okay, so that was Super Bowl weekend. Some other and no, Harry and Meghan weren't there. Other than Harry giving out the award, which that was that was enough. Um, in other good news, Boeing commits to partnership with Invictus Games, which is amazing, all the way through to 2026, and they'll probably commit even further than that. Boeing, of course, is the big aero and defense company. So yeah, we're talking tens of millions. And for an event as big as Invictus, that's the money that's needed. You need Boeing money, you need Amazon money, you need Land Rover, Range Rover money, and that's what they have. So great to see that Invictus will continue to grow and grow. Contrary to the likes of Rob Jobson, who was out and about this week, talking about how Invictus will never be big enough, or will never get bigger, or it will fail because Harry's not in the royal family anymore. Like, it's a desperation to hold on to this narrative that Harry and Meghan are failing, Harry and Meghan are going to fail because they're not connected to the royal household. You also had, which was rather interesting, the United Kingdom actually put a bid forward for the Invictus Games, and um, the audacity is all I have to say, because the support um, from the UK, has not has been pretty much non-existent. So why are you now wanting to host the Invictus Games? Now you want some of that Harry and Meghan magic after not supporting, and certainly nobody in the royal family has supported Invictus at all. Not since Harry and Meghan stepped down, anyway. So if they were going to host the Invictus Games in the UK, would the other members of the royal family be there to support? The audacity. YM Jordy said Usher put on 3 different shows. What exactly? I mean, he was roller skating, he was doing all the things. Just wow. Just wow, wow, wow. Also, service is universal and continues. I reckon there is just so many things that Harry and Meghan have been doing behind the scenes that we just don't know of, we haven't seen. And it just seems like everyone who works with them wants them to win. Nobody talks, nobody shares pictures, nobody leaks. It's actually quite phenomenal. And I think it just shows that you think of the hundreds of people that they work with between Archwell, all of the charitable organizations, their business ventures, um, the production ventures, just day to day life in the day to day life that they have in California. Nobody leaks. We don't know where Meghan and Harry go grocery shopping. We don't know where Meghan gets her nails. Okay, we know where she gets her hair done. We don't know where she gets her nails done. We don't know what their favorite spa is. We don't know if Harry's taken up golf. And I love that for them. That is what they deserve. But I think it's just such a reflection of the community that they have around them, the people that they have around them, the people that they have working with them that we don't know. And it is also a reflection of the royal household that when they were still there, that we knew everything. Absolutely everything. And these are pictures from the Welcome Project, which is, I guess you could say, a continuation of the Hub Kitchen community through food and cooking and bringing people together. And this, I think, is specifically for women refugees from Afghanistan. I think this one was for. But lots and lots of work, as we can see on the newsussex.com website. So this has launched. Um, a lot of people were, speculating what does this mean. I don't really think it means a whole lot, other than Harry and Meghan just claiming their names, um, and claiming their identity. Um, so it's called Sussex.com, and then on Sussex.com you've got links to archwell.org and a rundown of their personal profiles, and then of all of the organizations that they work with and for. So Invictus Games, Travelers into Barley, World Child, Africa Park, Better Up, Aspen Institute, Archwell Foundation, and Archwell Productions. And those are actually just mostly Harry's ones right there. We haven't even got like Meghan's side either. So incredible. And they both put up their personal profiles. And Meghan's one in particular is quite interesting. I'm not going to read the whole thing out, but the only part that she really mentioned the royal family is when she says in 2008, Meghan married Prince Harry. Hang on a sec. Sorry, 2018, Meghan married Prince Harry, becoming the Duchess of Sussex. And then you don't really see anything else. It's this is, I think, partly Meghan reclaiming her identity, because the tabloid press just basically destroyed that. They destroyed over 35, 36 Meghan was when she first entered that institution as Harry's girlfriend, and they basically destroyed all of that, tried to hide all of that, and created this monster, this Meghan monster that just doesn't exist. And she is, yes, she is married into this family. She's part of this family and its history, but she was something before that. And both of those things can be respected. And it's very unfair the way her life before she married into the royal family was just disregarded, and the way that they just painted her as, oh, she was just an actress. I mean, and even if she was just an actress, there's nothing wrong with that, but she was a lot more than just that. And um yeah, so she has her profile up there and Harry's profile up there as well on the Sussex site. It's actually very, very well done. Love the branding and the way the whole site is put together. So you can go and check that out, and I'm assuming that will just be updated um as things progress. Of course, the tabloid press, because they're the biggest fans of Harry and Meghan, went and counted the biography. 588 words. Thank you for telling us. Thank you for being fans and telling us. Right, in other good news, Meghan's launching a new podcast, or at least she has struck a deal with Lemonada Media, which will launch a new show and distribute Archetypes to all platforms. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And yes, as Livy OL said on Twitter, now we know why Bill Simmons was so bitter. He got beat by a woman who walked and took her property with her. The bitter prick couldn't handle the ego hit. Y'all truly don't know how powerful it is to walk away with ownership of your work. Indeed. And we've also now heard recently that Trevor Noah's team is discussing renegotiations with his Spotify contract, as the creative relationship has soured after just 6 months. Kim Kardashian produced 8 episodes in 2022 and nothing since. Brene Brown also gone. Jamil Hill gone. Spotify's problems lie within. I think that in a couple of years, we're going to have a surviving Spotify documentary. I think the executives don't know what it is that they're doing. And honestly, the way I heard that Bill Simmons guy mouthing off about Harry and Meghan, I mean, that just tells you everything. Because you're not going to tell, there's no way that you can be a person in media. I don't care whether or not you like Harry and Meghan. There's no way that you can be an executive in media and not know that these two people are a big deal. Okay, the Google metrics don't lie. Whatever your opinion is, the Google metrics don't lie. And when you are an executive and when you are in an executive position and you are responsible for driving profits in your company, you are also responsible for making decisions and partnering with people who are going to drive those profits. And they should have been doing everything to keep Harry and Meghan in Spotify, to keep people like Trevor Noah in Spotify, even Kim Kardashian. These are all big names that bring in the numbers. So what is going on that they can't hold on to all of this talent? The Obamas also gone. So the problem was never Meghan and Harry, as the UK tabloid media wanted to spin it. The problem was Spotify and their executives. These people don't know what they're doing. And it's a certain demographic. It goes without saying. But very excited about this. Very excited to see what Meghan is going to bring. Lemonada Media is, I believe it's women owned. Let me actually just check the Deadline article. Give me a sec. Okay, it's going to take me a while to get the article up. But yeah, I believe it is women owned. So it's very much in line with Meghan's supporting women-owned businesses, and yeah, I'm excited to see what's coming next, because Archetypes was it wasn't just fun to listen to; it was so thoughtful, it was thought-provoking, it sparked so many conversations. My favorite episode was a Mindy Kaling episode. I mean, that episode spoke to me so much. I sent that episode to like 10 different people. So very excited, and for sure, if Lemonada distributes to all platforms, well, they're going to distribute to Spotify anyway, and we're going to see the next Meghan podcast topping the charts on Spotify anyway, again, without being under Spotify's control. Right, let's go to your comments. Janita, you said Harry and Meghan are protective of their children and their privacy. That shows what good and loving parents they are. Exactly. But they're only able to do that because they came out of that institution. If they were still in that institution, their children would be fair game. Sarah, you said, I don't trust the UK with that bitch. Call me paranoid with that. Yeah. I mean, South Korea were really gunning for it. They were even there. They were there at Invictus Games, bidding for it, right in Harry's face. And I hope South Korea wins, because that would be amazing. I will be booking my ticket and you will see me there, because that would not just be amazing for Invictus Games. What an amazing holiday for all of us that want to go. I'll be the first on the plane. Dutch Minot, I'm wondering if they are trying to bring a big revenue through Korean music, as it's a big business. What do you mean in terms of the Korean bid? Yeah, I can't wait for Archetypes to come back. I'm not actually sure that it's going to be Archetypes. I think it will be something else. But whatever it is, super excited. Whatever it is that Meghan and Harry are bringing, I don't think she'll do it anytime soon, but I would absolutely love like a Meghan sit down couch, like old school Oprah kind of show with a white couch. It used to be my dream when I was young to appear on Oprah and that white couch. Now, it was never going to happen for me. But maybe if Meghan gets a white couch on a show, it can still happen for me that way. No, I'm just kidding. But I really do hope, like, after Archetypes was so amazing, if she can have like a sit down in person, maybe daily or weekly show, because Oprah's pretty much out of commission. Ellen DeGeneres is going to be out of commission soon. There really isn't. I feel like there's a space for a female voice to have a show like that, to have like a powerhouse show like that. There's space there. All right, let's get into some funnies. Piers Morgan was having a big old rant, and he responded to Harry's settlement statement. So let's have a giggle and a listen to this.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Piers. What do you think about Harry's statement? What do I think? I think that invading the privacy of the royal family is utterly reprehensible. And on that, I share Prince Harry's opinion. I just wish he'd stop doing it.
What about you? Do you wish you hadn't done it?
I knew perfectly well what was going on.
Thank you so much to that journalist who said you knew perfectly well what was going on. Oh, sorry, it's gone on a loop. 1 sec. Yeah, thank you so much to that. I hope you all heard that. I don't know, I think the volume might have been a bit low, but I hope you all heard that. He said that, you know, he wishes that Harry would stop invading the privacy of the royal family. As if he didn't spearhead a whole culture of phone hacking. As if he doesn't sit here day after day after day, belittling a member of the royal family and calling for them to be dismembered, saying, I would dismember and incinerate Prince Harry. How is that not treason? I wouldn't say that about any members of the royal family, even the ones I don't like. It's like he really does believe that he can say and do whatever he wants and he's untouchable. And the absolute audacity of this double-chin toad. He knows he's in trouble. I'm sorry I can't play the actual video. I just played the audio. But throughout the whole thing, his head was down. This is not the confident, cocky piss moron that we're used to. I think he knows that the walls are closing in. And now he's lost his top spot on Talk TV. He's gonna have to come over here on the YouTubes. You're probably gonna also and look out for this. You're probably also gonna see piss moron more on kind of like I don't even want to necessarily call them fringe because a lot of them do have big audiences. But for example, he recently went on the Breakfast Club, which is run by Charlemagne and them. And Breakfast Club, it has its audience, but it's huge, but it's not it's not mainstream like Fox. When I say mainstream, I mean like Fox, ABC, that kind of those platforms. I don't think you're really gonna see Piers on them big platforms anymore. I think he's kind of become this dirty cockroach that nobody really wants around, and you're gonna start seeing him more on these alternative type platforms. But next stop, I hope, for Piers is the courtroom, because the moment that he has to speak to a judge in a courtroom, I think things are going to get even more messy for him, because there's a lot of people that feel, I think even the main judge in the Leveson inquiry, that he had it way too easy. Back when the Leveson inquiry, this is the phone hacking inquiry, by the way, Leveson was the formal name for it. He had it way too easy back then. And I think this time he's not going to have it easy. I do believe, I hope that we're going to see Piers in court. And if that happens, that'll be the end. If you hear that Piers Morgan's wife is divorcing him, that's how you know it's all going to go down. Sis is going to want her divorce money before he gets rinsed. If it's not jail, it'll be bankruptcy. In other Meghan and Harry haters getting their karma news, Patrick Christie. Patrick Christie is one of these paid talking heads on GB News. He once said that Prince Harry should buy film rights to a book called Get Divorced and Be Happy. He also said, are they a busted flush? And now, just a couple of days ago, he was on GB News saying, I was waking up in the morning throwing up blood. I couldn't go an hour without a drink. Patrick Christie opens up on his struggles with alcohol, which left him on the brink. So instead of just focusing on getting better and getting help and healing from whatever traumas he was going through, no shame in having an alcohol addiction, by the way. I'm not trying to shame anyone for having an alcohol addiction. But why, instead of focusing on your health, were you bashing Harry and Meghan? And this seems to be the tale and the story of so many of these haters. Projecting their traumas onto two people who they don't know. And does it help you in your life? No, it does not. Because here you are. I don't know how many more of these we're going to see before they all realize you are dealing with the ancestors' chosen ones. Keep Harry and Meghan out of your mouths. If it's not people throwing up blood in the morning, it's people falling down the stairs. Eamon Holmes, after he said that Harry should be thrown off of the Jubilee balcony, falls down the stairs. People getting divorces. Sarah, no neck niggling feeling Vine, said she had a niggling feeling about Harry and Meghan's relationship, only for her to be divorced by Michael Gove. How embarrassing. People getting, who was it? Was it Paul Burrell? He had something going on with him. Oh, and Eamon Holmes also has a huge tax bill. One after the other. It all just seems to be happening to them. Like, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Karma knows everybody's address. Keep Harry and Meghan out of your mouths. Another one who's going to have it coming to her very soon. Victoria Newton. Victoria Newton, the lead editor of The Sun. Say hello to the female Piers Morgan. Y'all. Miss Victoria Newton here. She had a lot to say about Harry. She was on this show on BBC, and they were questioning her about phone hacking. And this is what, let's have a listen to Victoria Newton. This is what she said.
Though of that rocky history, there are still rocky relationships we know in the royal family. Prince Harry flew in this week and then disappeared very quickly. But he also, Victoria, settled his legal action against the Mirror this week. And the fight between Prince Harry and the newspapers goes on. We know there is also a case against the newspaper group News UK that you're a part of, and we can't get into the legal details. But can you assure our viewers that the kind of practices we've heard about, the kind of practices Prince Harry has complained about, can you assure people that's come to an end? It doesn't happen anymore.
100%. Obviously, as you say, I can't comment on the ongoing cases. But, you know, I've been editor for 4 years now, and I've never covered stories on Prince Harry. It wasn't my bag going back. It goes back a long way, and it's absolutely 100% not what happens today.
Do you think Harry has still got the sort of right to be this cross with how the press behaved if things have changed?
No, I don't. But I think he's also cross with lots of people. He's really cross with the courtiers. He's really cross with his brother. He's really cross with his father. He's angry with the world. And it's a shame that he still bears so much anger despite all that therapy. I personally thought it was brilliant that he flew over to see his father, despite their very difficult relationship. It gives reason to feel optimistic that the two of them can perhaps repair that, which I think our readers certainly want. They want the whole family to be back together. And I thought it was great of Harry that he did what any normal person would have done and jumped straight on the plane, as I did when I got that same call in California that my father had cancer. I jumped on the plane even though he said don't bother. So well done, Harry, and well done the King for taking the time to see him from his busy schedule. We all know he does not like changing that diary, but they did. So maybe this is a reason for hope.
Talking, though, of that rocky history.
I mean, first of all, let's just start with this. Harry doesn't have a reason to be angry at the tabloids, the same tabloids that ruined long-term relationships, that ruined friendships. Harry doesn't have the right to be angry. Harry doesn't have the right to be angry when your paper, Victoria Newton, when your paper, The Sun, gave the green light to Jeremy Clarkson to post this, that he is unable to sleep at night as he lies there, grinding his teeth and dreaming of the day that she is made to parade naked through the streets of every town in Britain while crowds chant shame and throw lumps of excrement at her. And Harry doesn't have the right to be mad at the tabloids. You may not be hacking anyone's phone lately, Victoria, but you are co-signing the most disgusting vitriol in your paper about Harry and his family. He has every right to be mad. This is the same Victoria Newton, by the way. She's named in The Sun's Dirty Dozen along with Dan Wooten. 12 editors at The Sun, including Victoria Newton, have been accused at the High Court of phone hacking and commissioning illegal private investigators. Because it's not just the phone hacking, it's the illegal private investigators, it's the blagging. And as recently as just a few years ago, they had sent a private investigator to illegally obtain information about Meghan, her social security number. So this is still going on. I believe that was actually the Daily Mail, not the Sun. But this is the culture. The culture is still going on. The culture of profiting off of hate is at a fever pitch. This is the same Victoria Newton who allowed Dan Wooten, the serial bully, despite complaints, carry on. She also used to write for the Bazaar column, which is the column that Dan Wooten also used to write for in The Sun. It's a celebrity gossip column. Oh, and of course she is endorsed by Piers Morgan, who here congratulated her when she was promoted to editor-in-chief at The Sun. And on his last working day as the Prince of Wales, there she was with Charles. So the royal household is still very much in bed. This is why she's saying, oh, Harry's mad at the courtiers. Yeah, the courtiers who are in bed with you. And instead of taking ownership of what she was doing at the Daily Mail, writing stories from hacked information, just writes it off like it's nothing. These people don't care if they ruin your life. They just want their money. Right. Okay, I'll take some of your comments and then we'll go on to the next thing. But if I was Victoria Newton or any of these tabloid journalists, I would keep my face off the screen. There is nothing good is gonna come of you trying to defend yourselves, because you're defending the indefensible, and actually what you're actually doing is you're putting a face to your name, and your names aren't necessarily known by the wider public. It's actually quite crazy how people don't do more research into who is feeding them information through these news outlets. But now we know your face, now we know your name. And have I not been saying this pretty much since I started this podcast? The tabloid editors, the writers are going to become the news story sooner or later, and it's slowly happening. So do yourself a favor, dear. Stay off the TV. You want to make yourself famous? We'll make you famous. Hi, everyone. This is Victoria Newton. Here she is, the female Piers Morgan. And William has not been to see Charles, and they live in the same country. Exactly. So where are all the people calling for William to see Charles? Crazy. Cookies and cream. So these people are emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and morally bankrupt. Indeed. Yes, Lady Gloria. Demons. Actual walking demons. Okay. Next thing. By the way, y'all, just a reminder to anyone who got kicked off of memberships because of the channel demonetization, you can still become a member via Buy Me a Coffee. So there's a link if you want to reactivate your membership in that way. Okay, so hashtag where is Kate? We still don't know where she at. We're now hearing that she might not be back for 9 months. But we do know where Pippa is, apparently. Holidaying in the Caribbean. So Meghan was not allowed to smile in her car, and the whole nation has to be in mourning because of Charles. But Pippa can go on holiday to the Caribbean and be smiling and jolly. Now, I guess they're putting this out because people have been asking and speculating as to where Kate is. Is she okay? Is she even alive? So I guess this is their way of saying, oh, well, look, here's Pippa smiling and laughing. Have a nice old grand holiday in the sun. So I guess that means that Kate is okay. I'm going to assume that at the very least, she's still alive. Someone actually messaged me. It was a squaddy, someone who listens. I wonder if they're listening now. And they actually messaged me and said, I think that speculating about or certain things surrounding, where Kate is, um, whether or not abuse was involved, whether or not, there's an eating disorder issue, whether or not she's even alive. That speculating about all those things was beneath me. If you've been listening to this podcast for 2 years, I have actually always been very careful about speculating about things like that. I have always tried to maintain that I don't want to go too far down the conspiracy theory route, even though a lot of the times those conspiracy theories are true. I try to stay away from that. I've never tried to be a shock value kind of channel. Um, in fact, at one point, I actually said, and I made it a rule that I don't want to, if it's anything to do with eating disorders or anything like that regarding, I actually don't want to talk about it. But to now say that me bringing it up is, beneath me when I've gone out of my way to be very careful, I think it's very unfair because I think the royal household has actually invited that conversation themselves. And we're talking about an institution that is still harboring a whole S offender. So I don't think anything is like, why are we trying to play to respectability politics here? I just wanted to say that to that person that said it's beneath me to have those conversations. Yes, Gloria, where will they claim Kate is next? Well, apparently they said that she's either moved to Windsor or moved from Windsor. I can't remember where they said that, where she was. Yeah, well, I mean, having seen these pictures, I do still think I think she's alive. That I think we can say for sure. But there's clearly something wrong. I mean, and not that it's unusual for Kate to disappear, but just the whole circumstances surrounding what was going on. What the surgery was for, the way Kensington Palace rolled it out, William's behavior. It's just all very strange. Lola Love said this on Twitter. She said, I find it interesting that this has come out as social media users have been becoming more vocal in wondering if Kate had been miscabbaged, referring to David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology, his wife, who hasn't been seen, I think, since 2007. She says, I hope the story true and Kate is well enough to travel. I have my doubts, though, considering this is an exclusive for a friend. Yes, these friends who give exclusives to the Daily Fail. It's all just very strange. Now, according to the Standard, now is the time for the public to rally around William, who must feel he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. Apparently, the 60 servants in the royal household isn't enough. The 60 servants that we pay for, that's not enough. Now we all have to rally around William as the weight of the world is on his shoulders. Another really interesting thing about this tweet is, okay, you can't see it because the banner on the bottom, but it had 12k views, but only 2 likes, as Henry VIII pointed out, which is rather interesting. And like she said, I think the raw propaganda just isn't gandering like it used to. Like the spark just is not there. And people are asking very serious questions about this institution. By the way, the Spanish journalist who first reported, or first speculated about, Kate being in a coma. So last time she spoke, she doubled down on what she said. And she's now claiming that they are monitoring the things I do and the things I say. So she's not retracting what she said at all. She's sticking to her claims, what she said. What's interesting to now wonder is who leaked this information to her. It could actually be that whoever leaked this information to her may have been lying. That's also a possibility. Maybe there's someone in the palace who's stirring the pot. Camilla, maybe? I don't know. That could also be a possibility. It could be someone leaked a lie to her just to stir the pot. You just don't know. because the whole thing just is messy. Right, we're going to almost an hour now, so I'm just going to leave it there. There were a couple of other things I wanted to go through, but I can even just do a second podcast this evening, or we'll catch up tomorrow. But we have some amazing news, continuation of Invictus, sponsorships, new podcasts from Meghan coming in the works. Hopefully we'll see that this year. And obvious that Harry and Meghan just continue the work that they're doing behind the scenes, often quietly. Because you know what, giving back and creating impact, it doesn't have to be done loud. We don't have to bring the cameras every single time to show everyone that we're giving the peasants a smile here and there.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's lots more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Angela, you said, sorry, whoever said that should direct their viewpoint to William and his team. They came out with this S9 PR and are caught in their lies. Don't get mad when we don't buy what they're selling. Yeah, exactly. Anybody who has been listening to my podcast for the last 2+ years knows that I am not someone that indulges flippantly in conspiracy. That is never what this podcast has been. They have invited this themselves. Thank you so much, EMG. You said another podcast said that the latest news about Kate was that she and William and the kids are now all at Sarandom as well. Okay. Yeah, there seems to be there's a lot of speculation back and forth. Kayla, I wonder if she's ever coming back, these poor kids. I mean, now they're saying 9 months. Shirley, you said, I think it's a PR stunt gone wrong. That could also be a possibility. There could be absolutely nothing wrong with her, and it backfired. And the reason it backfired is because of the reputation this institution has. A woman, a wife of the future king, goes missing. Like, what did they think was going to happen? The same institution whose doctors were drugging Diana, and Diana was throwing herself into glass cabinets and throwing herself down the stairs when she was pregnant. The same institution that when Meghan asked for help because she was going to unalive herself, they didn't want to give it to her. And now you have another woman in this family suddenly going missing. How, if this is really just a PR stunt and they wanted to garner sympathy, it has gone terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. Because at the end of the day, when you're part of an institution that has a reputation like the way the Royal Institution has, of course people are going to speculate. Or at least the smart people are. Maybe the dumb people will be like, oh, poor Kate, I hope she's okay. I mean, I hope she is okay, but the mind can't help but wonder what else could be going on. They think too highly of themselves. Yeah, Nathan. Yeah, it's like, where's Wally? Where's Kate? Where's she at? Ah, jeez. And then all this happening, right after the Epstein list comes out. Ah. All right, I'm gonna finish with your comments, and then we'll wrap things up. Thank you as always, everyone, for coming. Let me check my email. Thank you for the person who sent the 3 coffees. You said self-love is important. Yes, indeed it is. And please show yourselves love today. Even if you didn't get a Valentine, show yourselves love. Self-love is important. Zubaida, you said, I agree with that, that it's PR gone wrong. It could absolutely be that. It could absolutely be that she is completely fine and this is just a PR stunt gone wrong. Yes, Kayla, they are out of touch. Angelina, you said, I agree with Tisa Towles. I love Tisa Towles, by the way. She does great videos on the royals. Go check her out. She said, Meghan had come out stunting in Great Britain, she would have resurfaced in a matching outfit. Yeah. Kit Kat, you said the royal family have so many lies that if Kate's situation was true, nobody would believe it. Yeah, when you lie so much, you know, what are people meant to think? And the thing about the royal family is that your craziest conspiracy theory is probably true. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you all so much, and I'll catch up with you later. Have a great day. Bye.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they call for you, and the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens.